So, and I decided, well, if it's so slippery, wet your soles of your feet, your shoes. And so I got some paper towels and put them down, and with wet ones. When we stand on those, and I noticed partway through the evening, I looked out, and you could see where we had danced. We all danced in the same spot, and that was the only spot that wasn't slippery because we had put so much water on it. If you stepped anywhere else, down you'd go. That's the thing. People think that you want a slippery floor. For us, no. We don't want slippery floors. Scots don't want slippery floors. They're dangerous.
They use paper They use that kind of wet things. At Northampton.
Yeah, do they? That floor slippery.
On Thursday night. I haven't been there recently, but they would have. They put the paper towel on the floor and pour the water on it.
Yeah. There is something that the Scots have. You can put down
floor wax,
rosin of some kind.
But then it's airborne. Then you're breathing it.
Oh yeah, so I suppose you are. Yeah. So that was part of my life, my dance life. Hundreds of meetings. God, I finally gave meetings. I just stopped going. Been there and done that. No more committee meetings. I say that, but it doesn't happen. But we do a lot I did a lot of dancing. I got a lot of things going. One of the things was when I first joined the center, I guess maybe I became president then. So I was there 10 years or something. Then they got me president. And I thought I was smart ass. I thought I was so smart, When you find out very quickly, you're not. And but I had a super board committee. I had Ken Crook, the McMahons, Charlie and Ethel McMahon, Louise Winston, Lily Conan, Ellen Mandico. One more name's going to come. Did I say Don Fife? Don Fife? No, Don Fife is another guy. And they were all deeply interested in dance and in the Boston Center, deeply interested in it. So that kind of, I could do all kinds of things because those people were willing to do it. Well, I suggested that we have Saturday night dance parties. Well, Louise Chapin also was there, but she was ex officio, and she was a dance leader. So I said, fine. Let's have some square dances. Well, she said, we've done that. We don't, and they people don't come and this, that, and the other thing. And I said, you haven't done it. Well, I've been here. And I squashed that. And we started having parties. And successful parties. Didn't hire anybody but the piano players, the violinist, Elise Nichols. And I would call, and Louise Chapin would call, and Louise Winston would call, and Ken Crook would call one, and Priscilla Dowling would call something. With squares and contras, and not sure about contras. Yeah, squares and contras, and English country dances. And we had a good crowd. Made profit, which she said we've had till nobody comes. That's not true. They came because I was running them. I said they have that magnet to get people to go dance. So we did those. My partner, who just passed away, died 3 years ago. Frank Maloney. he was inventive. And what did we have? We had an April Showers dance. And, and we used dances that had rain in it and the showers, and we made raindrops. He made raindrops, and then we painted faces on them, and he hung a blue piece. I think it was foil. Big drop big from the hung it up on the hanger, and this is at the YWCA, Central Square, and we hung the raindrops on that. And then we had a Mad Hatter's night, and the pianist was Agnes Brown. And I looked over and I thought, what in the hell does she got on her head? Here she's sitting over here, and there's this thing, and she'd taken a strainer, a sieve strainer. We got the handles on it. She turned upside down, put it on her head, put some flowers coming out of it, She looked so funny. I laughed and laughed. I never got a picture of that. And then, we did another Manhattan's night, and Frank made boxes, and, paper covered them, and like he'd write Jordan Marsh, and Feline's basement, all the people, and some other hat makers that were not long since gone, but that's they were all a big pile of them. I think I got a snap of that someplace. Then we did. Hell was the one he did? Damn, I can't remember.
And these became yearly?
Huh?
These events were yearly? These were repeating events? Repeat.
No.
This was, the hats was one time only, or was every year?
As far as I know, one time only. That'd take more research than I just have in my head. I can remember one time. Then we had one. I can't remember what this was. Maybe it was an Easter thing. And Frank made an Easter bunny costume. And it fit all around the head like this, and had ears on it and everything. I know, I'm pretty sure I pictured that. And he got up and he sat there and didn't move. So they thought it was, people were saying, is he real? And because I knew him, and they said, no, he has to be a dummy, mannequin, things like that. Well, he's up on this step ladder. And let me back up from you a bit.
Lean back.
I guess I can back it up. So we'd sit up there for himself for a while, and he sits, like, cross his leg this way, for instance. He sat that way for a long time. And then, when everybody was not looking, he'd cross his legs, or do some movies at the house, And then someone would say, hey, I thought he was sitting the other way. The whole thing over there. And finally, when it got towards the end of the evening, he just went like this to the crowd. Those things were successful. Got a lot of people dancing. A lot of people came back dancing. And we had a very small membership, Very small membership. When I was asked to join the executive committee, there was a vacancy because the man who was elected, Charlie Brown, had emphysema, and they suggested he go to the Midwest, Arizona, because it's dry. And that was the thing to do in those days. Because remember, this is 40 years, 60, 80 years ago. No, 60 years ago. And so they were sending people out there who had this thing. So there was a hole, and they asked me if I would fill in the vacancy. Well, I was on it for years. Then I got elected, and then re-elected, and then they got the presidency, and I was ex officio for years. And so I knew a lot what was going on at that time. Now I don't. New people have taken over, and they're running it very well. However, I do object to the fact that we don't have parties, and where we have contras, squares, and English. Because that's what I remember. That's what we had. We had them for years. But we had Christmas parties, which I know is not politically correct anymore, but we had Christmas parties, and I know there seemed to be some falling out there, and so they're going to have Christmas parties. Well, so a gang of us, we ran Christmas parties at the Jamaica Plain, or the churches of Jamaica Plain, where they have dancing. Now, I had Christmas parties there for a couple of years.
Before the gender-free dance? Before the gender-free dance started?
Oh, yeah. Way before. Way before. Because they knew, they knew, that's a whole new system. And we served a banquet. I cooked the meals. I made the soups. We put up the tables, and tablecloths, and candles, and the whole thing.
And this is the thing that was later in Brookline? That's the event that moved to Brookline?
No, that was me. No, it me. What are you talking? I missed you.
JP, there was an event, a Christmas thing in JP.
But that was CDS, Boston Center. And the Jamaica Plain things. Louise Winston used to run a dance at Jamaica Plain in the same church for years. She had it second or fourth, something like that. She was a caller. And she ran it for years. And she went to camps. She went to Ralph Page's camps up in Keene, New Hampshire. It was called year-end camps. They were it was in Keene, and it was over the Christmas, New Year's holidays.
Not different than the Troy Hills farm?
Oh, yeah.
Different than the Troy Hills farm?
Oh, yeah, different. Yeah. These were in Keene, not Troy, and they were at different buildings there. I can't remember what buildings in Keene. I think Masonic Temple, I think was one of the buildings they used. I don't know where I never went, but Louise went a lot. She went to a number of them. I can tell you some of the leaders were Connie and Marianne Taylor, Charles, maybe I'm not going to tell you them. Charlie Baldwin, George, I don't know if George Hodgson called there or not then. Dick
Crum? Ledger?
No, maybe Dick Dellery. I'd have to go back and look at my notes. I have to look at Louise's notes. That's how I know they are. And, I know how it's taught there. The Gretel and Paul Dunsing, they taught some German stuff. Oh, Abe Kennison also called there. Abe, Jewish lad, great big fella, quite good looking. But could not talk. Stutter. Couldn't talk. He's stutter all of the stutter. Sing like crazy and call dances. But he couldn't talk to you and I. Get that out. Wonderful man. Louise Winston and he were very charming, very close. And when he was in here calling in the area,